Hi, I'm John Weber with TechNexion. Today we will be talking about how to use commands to control and read GPIO values in Linux from Userspace. Reading GPIO from Userspace can be a very valuable tool in development. One can easily read the value of GPIO, monitor its status, and control GPIO from the command line in scripts like Bash or Python scripts. To do this today, we will be using a Pico i.mx 8M Mini SOM from TechNexion on a PicoPi baseboard, along with some LEDs and a push-button switch. The LEDs and the switch connect to the baseboard using the 40-pin expansion connector. We have access to the command line using a serial console port, which is connected via this micro USB connector here, using onboard USB to UART conversion chip. We have access to the command line using that port, but this can also easily be done via SSH using the Ethernet or the wireless LAN connection. Notice here that we don't have an antenna connected to the wireless LAN, but that's okay. We're not going to be using it today anyway. Okay, now here is a schematic of the setup. The LEDs and the push-button switch connect to GPIOs. GPIO P28 controls the yellow LED, GPIO P26 controls the red LED, and GPIO P30 connects to the push-button switch. These go through 3.3 volt to 1.8 volt level shifter, and then connect to the SoC on the module via the E1 connector. You can see the GPIO names on the SoC here as well. All the signals are active low, so to turn on the LEDs, the signal must go low. Likewise, when the button is pressed, the signal, GPIO P30, will go low. These signals will default to a high state because the level shifter has a built-in pull-up. Let's go ahead and get started with the commands. So, the first thing you want to do is look at the GPIO that are available to you. And for that, you can use the GPIO info command. So just to type here, GPIO info, when we press this, we're going to get a listing of all the GPIO that are available to us. And these are organized in terms of devices, from GPIO chip 0 to GPIO chip 3. I know that the GPIO that we're working with are on GPIO 2, but if we want to find them, we can because they're named. We can just do GPIO find GPIO underscore P26. You'll see from the schematic diagram that that was the name of the GPIO that we have that controls the red LED. So I know that GPIO P26 is on GPIO chip 2, and it's in line, GPIO line, pin 16. So now we have that. So the next question will be, how do we control that? So the next thing we need to do is we need to use the GPIO set command. So to use the GPIO set command, you can use GPIO set, and then you give it the first argument, which is the GPIO chip number. In this case, it's GPIO chip 2. And then you also give it the line number, GPIO, which you're going to control pin 16, or line 16, I should say. And we want to set that low to turn the light on. So if we turn that low, we should see the LED turn on, and the red LED turns on. So that's all looking good there. If we want to turn it off, we set that to 1, and it'll turn off. So suppose we want to find the other GPIO info, and if we give GPIO info the GPIO chip number, it'll tell us the lines for that specific chip number. So we can see here that GPIO P28 is connected to line 6. So if I want to control that one, I have to do this GPIO set 2, and then line 6 equal to 0, and that should turn on my yellow LED. And there it is. Same thing with the 1. Right? So that's off now. So now if I want to do both of them at the same time, I can. All I needed to give is a series of arguments, which consist of the line equals by the desired state, and then 16, for example, to control the red LED, I want to turn that on, so I'm going to set that to 0, and then both of them will go to 0. Similarly, now if you want to get the value of a GPIO or read the value, you use the GPIO get command. So GPIO get will tell you the value of the GPIO. In this case, I want to read GPIO P30, which I know is at line 7 because of this listing here. So I want to look at the value of 7. That's the GPIO connected to the push button switch. So I see that set to 1. Now, if I press the switch, it sets to 0. If I release the switch, set to 1, press the switch, set to 0. The final command I want to show you is called GPIO mon. And GPIO mon is a command that will let you monitor the status of a GPIO without having to constantly poll it. So if I ask for GPIO mon to monitor the status of the push button switch, all I do is GPIO mon 27, and it'll hang there waiting for something to happen. If I press the button, I'm getting falling edges and rising edges here. And sometimes I get more than one because there's no debouncing circuitry on this switch. So to exit, just do Control-C. And then when any of these commands, you're curious about what actually you can do with them, just type in a -H after the command and it'll give you a nice little help menu. So for example, if I wanted to just look for rising edges on GPIO on the push button, I can go GPIO mon -R 27 and I can press and look just for rising edges. And again, sometimes we're seeing multiple rising edges because there's no debounce circuitry. All right. So now that we've taken you through these commands, you should be able to work with GPIO from the command line with Linux. You can also work with GPIO in Userspace using C code or another programming language using a library called libgpiod, which talks directly to the character driver in the kernel, but that is a subject for another video. For more tutorials, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on social media such as Twitter and LinkedIn. Thanks for watching.